In 2005, what makes someone a criminal? Your friend becoming a dick and not telling you your past.
Oh, no.
Yep. So, ever since, I think, SA2 and onward, yeah, we're
Shadow, that's not how that gun works.
Oh, no. It's cool. It just explodes his ass. But no, go ahead, Doug. What are we seeing today?
Stupid shit. That's really it. Like, ram into the fucking bike into the fucking black armed creature. But yeah, like I said, ever since SA1, I believe, and onward, yeah, we've been teasing us covering this game, and of course, me with history with this game, I'm gonna be handling it.
Edgelords, rise. This is your time to shine.
So, I talked to Doug about this last night. I still think this intro looks fucking fantastic and holds up.
I mean,
the animation's fine. It's just that, like, the animation quality, I don't think anyone has an issue with. It's just what happens in the animation, I think, is a little bit more subjective.
Which is fair, but I still think it looks, like, really good for its time, and even now.
And I mean, to be fair, Shadow fans nowadays just, I don't know, they just like to see their favorite edge boys just, go all nuts akimbo on the world around them. Whether they be good, evil, or Eggmen.
Yeah, literally.
Quick men. Go ahead.
Quick! Yeah, that being this game being the first CGI thing to do for the games onward is actually incredibly impressive. I still say that to this very day, but yep, enough fucking around. Here's Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh boy.
Especially since we're doing this on the edge of Sonic X Shadow Generations coming out.
Yep.
That and just the edge of Shadow's, the year of Shadow. I mean, better to late than never, I'd say.
So many edges.
I was
As
bless
sneeze,
you.
Shadow
Bless
makes me
you.
allergic.
You sneeze with you sneeze with the force. You sneeze with the force of a fully loaded Magnum. Also, with that gun soldier earlier, I was about to say, "Quick to the Olive Garden."
I think one thing I'll always be a picky bitch about when it comes to CGI cutscenes here, Shadow's legs is fucking bent like a goddamn bird.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
can't be the only one that notices that, right?
I mean, listen, no matter how you slice it, like, Shadow can bend his body in many different ways, especially in this game, as you'll no doubt see.
Like turning his fucking head into a 360. Wow.
Who am I?
So, now
cue the audience cheers.
Man, you sick fucks out there. So yes, we are now currently in the year 2005. By this point, the Dreamcast crew have pretty much gone their separate ways from Sega, and in their place, the 4Kids dubbing crew have started to voice the characters to mixed results.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also aliens.
Many aliens.
aliens.
A whole apocalyptic event, because we can't ever have a millennium celebration without something threatening all of humanity.
I guess we're going to stop and think about it, where the Sonic series is gone nowadays. Is the prospect of evil aliens coming down on Earth really that far-fetched?
Yeah.
No, you're right. And now we have a new guy.
Who are you?
Who's this new guy, Doug?
What are you talking about?
That is our main enemy, well, one of them, but the big enemy of this game, Black Doom.
Yep, the leader of the Black Arms alien race.
What's that all about?
Yep. Well,
Yeah, I don't know what the heck
in this game's case, yeah, he is the current leader.
And yes, I don't know what the heck Sonic Team and Sega were smoking when they were coming up with these names.
Probably the
And
same
for
thing they
whatever
were
reason-
spoken when they wrote the entirety of this Devil Damn game.
And for whatever reason, fresh off of his amnesiac attack in the beginning of Sonic Heroes, and potentially facing the idea of what if he is but an android of many thousand others, he is just poor Shadow is just wanting to figure out where he fits in all this world.
Yep, and between Sonic Heroes to now, Rouge never really took the time to, give Shadow a quick pep talk on what he is and what he's done, like, after they reawakened him in Sonic Heroes.
I like
so he's just
fucking
left to
around
wonder,
and finding out.
and now he's using this alien invasion as an excuse to finally figure out who or what the hell he is. And maybe, who knows, Sonic and friends can help him along the way.
Actually, you say that about, like, Rouge not filling him in on that. It's like, now you might be wondering why Rouge is neglecting to do that, considering how they established in SA2 Heroes and to an extent Battle, that she actually has a fondness for Shadow and wants to help him. That's a very good question.
Again,
Yeah,
I like
very
fucking
good
around
question.
and finding out.
Well, this is your fault for all of this happening.
So first and foremost, Doug, why is Shadow holding a gun? And secondly, what exactly are we supposed to be doing here?
Well, one, because it's funny for edgelords to have guns. Haha, funny. And second
Yeah.
off,
Because he's got to be Keanu.
we have choices to do with this game. Like for like for now, we're going to be doing the neutral playthrough. And if I press the pause button and show the story route, we're going straight forward for this video because we're going to be covering all of the endings. Like every single one of them. And of course not by the library's sake. Fuck that noise. We're just doing 10, we're going to be doing 10 of the routes. So for the neutral playthrough, we're going to be showing all of it for Hero and Dark.
Shadow, you
And so on and so forth for the other playthroughs too.
Doug, you are a very, very brave soul. I honestly stopped giving a shit like about the halfway point when I had this game way back in the mid-2000s.
I was
I'm
just a
up for
stubborn
seeing what
fuck.
this goes though. So, right off the bat, I guess compared to the other entries in the DreamWorks,
DreamWorks,
catalog,
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast, I, that is going to happen every time I bring it up. I never owned a Dreamcast. Out of all of the rest of the quote-unquote Dreamcast era, this being the last title released in that, how do you feel the controls compared to the likes of Heroes, SA2, yada yada?
I kind of like... I don't know if that was just me on mine there.
No, yeah, he looked good at too. But he was asking, how do you feel this? How do you feel this game controls compared to past entries?
I got nothing against SA1 and 2, so they're fine. When it comes to controls, Heroes, I kind of prefer this movement style than Heroes, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Fair enough. I mean, I'll say for what it's worth, Shadow does make a few decent improvements to how they handle things in Sonic Heroes. I just think the biggest problem is that it's done with level design I don't think really works with this gameplay style, personally speaking. Like, if this was all still in Sonic Heroes proper, I'd say it was a marginal improvement, but, well, that's just kind of how it goes when you literally develop this game maybe a little under 2 years. Especially when you're also, like, around the same time you're making this, you're making, like, 3 other Sonic games alongside it.
Yep. Oh, another new character. I'm gonna be right back, but I'm gonna keep recording. Don't worry. I'm gonna tend to this internet thing.
No worries. Okay. So while Logan goes tending to the internet, or rather, you know what? I was about to say make an Olive Garden joke again, but we already got this guy to do that for us.
Downtown Westopolis has been
literally.
completely destroyed.
So this is Gun's been a thing since Sonic Adventure 2, and now with Shadow the Hedgehog, they decide to elaborate a little bit on what they're like, and well, they have a commander, and well, this is him.
Yep, him in all his glory.
And he seems to have some history with the Black Hedgehog himself. For what reasons, we don't know just yet, but we will know in time, and we'll probably ask ourselves, why?
Why?
Yeah, just why. Also, fun fact about his hand with this version, because we're playing the GameCube version, of course. I've grown up with the PS2 version. That hand animation is actually fixed in the PS2 version.
Really?
I have my own reasons.
It is, yeah.
Like, fixed in what
So I don't know
fashion?
what the
Like,
fuck
what
happened.
was changed between the two?
I don't really know. All I remember is that his hand actually becomes a fist, other than what we just saw.
Okay.
And a mod that we're going to be covering pretty much later in the playthrough actually fixes that too.
That's cool. I mean, I guess it is funny considering that usually when it comes to these multi-platform Sonic games, especially during this console generation, it's usually the PS2 version that tends to have tends to be the worst quality compared to the others. But of all the things the GameCube actually forgot to fix his fist, that's honestly an interesting little factoid.
It is very interesting. I don't know if the Xbox version had a similar thing with the GameCube version, but that's all I can remember.
That's fair. So we decided to fire the evil alien guy that told us our purpose, and he's now sent us to this ancient ruins.
Yes, which becomes fucking weird later in this pathway.
I guess I underestimated
Oh, I'll bet.
his powers.
Also, man, now that I stop to think about it, I forgot how much bloom there was in this game.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bloom's atrocious.
What they're up to.
especially in the arc levels. And yes, there are arc levels.
I mean, makes sense. This is Shadow. For all intents and purposes, Shadow the Hedgehog is treating itself as a sequel to Sonic Adventure 2, and there's definitely going to be a lot of callbacks to that, most especially with the Space Colony arc.
Yeah.
And all the friends we meet along the way, like Dan Green here.
Hi, Dan Green.
Oh my god,
Hi,
Dan Green. Bye, Dan Green.
Aww.
Don't worry, buddy, old pal. We'll worry about your problems some other playthrough.
Guess I have to go down.
Go down. I'm going up.
Yeah, because there's a key right there.
So what do
Then
keys
also
unlock?
this
All
loop.
information on those black aliens.
You were saying?
Oh, I was just asking, like, so what do keys unlock in this game in particular? Because I'm going to assume that there are no special stages in this game.
No, there is no special stages whatsoever in Shadow. The keys unlock doors that you can get special items from, or more branching pathways, for example. Like in this stage, if you get 5, you can actually have a different pathway and ride on what this game calls the alien vulture things, whatever they are, black vaults.
Okay.
Yes, I remember that name specifically.
All good.
I mean, that's more that you know what you get that gives you more credit than I do, because again, I don't. Aside from Black Doom and his Doom's Eye, that's really the most I know of the Black Arms.
Also doesn't help that. It also doesn't help that this is literally my first
Oh,
Sonic.
actually, I let me correct myself. There's one boss I do remember the name of, and it's only because it's a blatant F-Zero reference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
We'll
weren't
get
there
to him soon.
Weren't there 2 that are Blaine F-Zero references? I know of one
There-
of them, but I guess
Yes.
there was another.
Oh yeah, no, there's two bosses in this game that are F-Zero references. What's funny is that one of them is a Black Arm boss, the other one is a machine that gun wields.
Mm-hmm. And we fight
Also makes-
the gun version of it once.
That's good. But yeah, no, I guess it's also funny too, considering the fact that when you compare the names together, it actually makes perfect sense considering they're supposed to be mortal enemies.
Oh yeah. I do like that.
It's cute. Does make me kind of wish that we had another chance with F-Zero aside from '99. But oh well.
Yeah. Maybe one day when Sega remembers that series exists outside of Smash.
And Nintendo, most especially Nintendo.
Nintendo, that's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
That's good. Bye,
Bye,
Knuckles.
Bye, Knuckles. Bye, Knuckles.
So I guess so you know, while we're all here and watching Shadow blasting things with the aliens' own weapons, where do we put Shadow the Hedgehog the game on our pantheon of Sonic games?
Like, are you talking about like if we made like a tier list of our like favorites and least favorites?
More or less.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna open it up, and I'm gonna be the controversial one here. I would probably put this game in dead last, just because, and we'll talk about it a bit, like, as we go further into the game. Out of all of Sonic's games in the franchise, like, even the most abhorred ones, I would argue this game was probably the most pointless one they've made.
I do unfortunately have to share a similar sentiment with Hype. I do honestly think Shadow the Hedgehog is kind of a piece of shit game. And that's
No, it
even
is, yeah.
considering all the improvements this game did make from Sonic Heroes, and just
take orders
what
from
all
no
Sonic's been doing afterwards. Like, I just think, if it's not the most boring, then I'd definitely say it's probably the biggest. I don't know. I don't want to outright say biggest finger to the whole Sonic brand, but it does feel like there's a lot they did wrong with this game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
a bunch
you know
of
what?
stuff wrong and a lot of stuff that was very unneeded, especially for
Especially for those that are
stuff that
huge,
was just out of there.
and you know what? It's kind of like, take if you're a huge ass Sonic Adventure 2 fan like I am, and considering itself like a sequel and whatnot. You know what? I have a perfect comparison. Doug, Shadow the Hedgehog is to Sonic Adventure 2, as Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island is to Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
I cannot vouch if that's a thoroughly accurate comparison, because I still haven't witnessed Return to Zombie Island myself, but if it aids in the argument that this game sucks, I will agree.
I mean, I've been vocal about the sequel. It makes me pissed.
Yeah, and this game just this game does way too many weird oddities and just straight up mistakes, or just, I don't know. I just don't jive with a lot of what this game tries to pull off.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like, just going back to... Hello, Logan.
Welcome back, Logan.
Honestly, I think for me, what really hammers in the whole pointlessness of Shadow, and I'll give the upcoming Gen Sport credit. It looks like they're trying to rectify it after so many years. But one of the biggest problems that I have with Shadow is that, like, a lot of the things that they try to do with him in this game end up being things that don't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things, or they, like, almost never get brought up again. Like, especially one revelation that we'll find out near the end of the game, where it's like, how does this benefit him as a character in any fashion?
I suppose that is fair. That is fair.
Actually, yeah, Logan, since you're here, tell us what you think about Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, especially compared to every other
Just
Sonic
all
game
this as
that
a
you
whole?
know of.
From where?
Oh.
And
I
why?
mean, I got it. I remember getting this, and I remember, like...
Feels like I've been here.
I remember, like, right off the bat, you know, being presented, like, here is Shadow with a gun. Here is, you know... I hate Charmy.
And then there's the Charmy V.
See you, Charmy.
Hey, Shadow!
Like,
No.
here was all this presented to me. And at the time, didn't really... I mean, I got into it, I played through a couple of the endings, and... I don't know, like, at the time, the whole mission structure thing was a little clunky to me at first.
It does honestly feel a tad clunky. And you know what it is? It's primarily because this is pretty much an extent... Like, this whole thing is just an extension of the Team Chaotic gameplay from Heroes.
Well, bye, Logan. Hi, Logan.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Yeah.
So that probably cut me off with a really bad hiccup just then. The internet's been really wonky, and I reset the router already. Okay, so there, I'm keeping an eye on it. It looks like it's being a little stable. So basically, in case, just to quickly reiterate, you may have to edit around me now with you guys talking because you probably couldn't hear me. Mission structure. I thought was
Actually, we did.
Oh, okay, thank goodness. Okay, so yeah, that's mainly my takeaway from it, was that it felt like a lot of, like, you know, like, look at us, like, this is for the get out of here, like, get out of here, little brother, this is the big kid game. And ironically, it ended up doing probably some of the most ridiculous stuff, more ridiculous than the usual
And you want to know the
Sonic
funny
games
part
as well.
about that is, Logan? I think Izuka himself did confirm, like, years ago that this game was primarily made for the Western audience.
Wow.
It is.
And the Western audience didn't really like it that much.
No kidding.
It's also funny that you say that, Logan. My brother gave me this game,
Really?
and I was 6.
Oh, you were 6 when you got this game the first time.
Yeah, I was 6 when I first played this game.
You know, that
Interesting.
actually explains a lot, Doug.
Yeah. Fuck this.
Alright, let's get out of here. Chaos Control!
How do you feel?
Fuck out of here.
How do you feel about the chaos abilities themselves for gameplay?
I think they're fine. Especially if you have fucking infinite ammunition, which is honestly the best thing about that.
Right, like, you know, let's talk about that real quick. Like, in terms of the actual gunplay, like, forget the fact that, you know, Shadow wielding a gun is probably the dumbest thing that they ever thought of, and even now it's like, even Izuka says, no, Shadow doesn't use guns. He's not that kind of person. Clearly forgetting this exists. The gunplay, for what it's worth, is fine. Like, gameplay-wise, it's actually pretty alright, because these, you know, most of the enemies have health bars now, and with guns, you can easily whittle that health down to nothing in no time flat.
Yeah.
So I'll give them that much.
I found it. The 4th emerald.
I found it. My light bulb.
Maybe that was his 4th emerald. He didn't exclaim with enough dams.
Finally,
Perfect.
I will be
Don't
able
worry,
to
we'll
go
get
to
there.
Finally, I will be able to go to sleep without being afraid of the closet at night.
Hey, Eggman.
Hey, how's it going, dude? You feeling like telling me the secrets of my origin and how I survived finally? No? Okay, well, maybe later.
Nope. It's also fun. It's also funny that we brought up the SA2 thing. Also, with this being the sequel, it does play, I think, about 2 or 3 tracks from SA2. The Eggman theme being a little bit of a remix, and another one in the anti-hero playthrough just before you go to the space gadget stage. It plays a motif.
That's nice. And you know what? Like, I know it's probably because it's entirely dependent on on it being a track from SA2, but I do think the Eggman remix in this game is probably the best track in this game.
I like it.
By the way, Shadow, no hard feelings over me sending you to bumfuck nowhere a few stages ago, right?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
You know
Okay,
what that-
puppy dog face.
You know what? That's also just another thing that really bugs me as far as like this game's multiple choice thing goes. Is like, I get that due to the very nature of it being a choose your own adventure path, there's gonna be a lot of like Shadow's character being all over the place. Like, what it really bugs me the most when you have paths like this, where like paths that are like thematically and game design intended to branch from one to another, and he still acts very inconsistent. Like earlier, it's like, yeah, why don't you go get lost, Black Doom? And now, gee, where to next, Black Doom, old buddy, old pal?
Right?
I'm just all I can think about right now is freaking because of the way you're describing it, like, oh, like he sent him down the wrong path or whatever. Like, all I can think about right now is freaking
Reuse stage already.
Hey, look at that! Damn.
Oh, hello.
In the fucking neutral pathway of all things.
Ouch. That's
I mean, the only difference is that it's in the sky now. Woo!
Yay. Anyway.
hey. Is that all I can think about suddenly is now Shadow in the role of Goofy going, all right, Black Doom, which way, left or right? And Black Doom with a pencil, and then just I don't know, I just having that just
Black
invading
Doom
my
for-
head now.
Black Doom for all these stages has been asking Shadow for a Mackie Donald, and he hasn't given him a Mackie Donald!
A Mackie Donald?
How many cups of sugar does it take to get to the moon? He said no pickles. I just want my McDonald's, Shadow. Why? Shadow, I want no pickles in my cheeseburger. Shadow, I'm pretty stupid fuck.
We can
You know what?
if we want to, but
You
yeah,
know-
it's
Now I'm just imagining an inverse of that. Apologies again for the dog barking if you hear it. I'm imagining an inverse of that Pickles meme where Shadow's at the register, he goes, "Excuse me, he wants more pickles."
He wants more
Oh, okay.
pickles.
That's fine.
It's just like he
Is
wants
it?
all the pickles. It's just a pickle sandwich now. That's all he wants.
Even the buns are pickles.
Shadow, please be mindful. Pickles are the one thing that can kill the Black Arms race in an instant.
So yeah, he needs more
Get him
pickles.
extra pickles.
Pickles that are like cats.
And then by the end of the game, it's
What-
like,
what-
Black Doom, here you go. All of the pickles.
That was the one thing. What did I just
You don't
say
like the
this entire time?
You don't like the pickles? Why don't you wash it down with a nice cup of relish?
I love that, like,
Really odd.
yes.
I know.
I love that we just turned Black Doom into like freaking like that one like needy like X or whatever. Like,
Shadow, are you up right now? I can't see.
God.
What?
I mean, that's pretty much what he is.
How was your week at work? I know we haven't spoken since literally the day you were born, but I just really want to connect with you now.
Shadow just leaves them on read the whole entire time, like just read.
I
He just
truly
leaves-
am ambivalent towards good and evil.
Now all of
I
a
just
sudden,
thought
like, oh, sorry, you go first.
That just made me thought of something that was like Black Doom saying,
I am your father.
"What?"
Now I know that sounds bad.
No, you not my papa.
Yes, I'm your papa.
No, you not my papa.
Oh no!
Imagine the faces he's making just saying that to Black Doom.
Actually, just speaking of Black Doom, that's the other thing I was getting at, like, going off the whole, like, clingy girlfriend trope thing we were apparently doing with Black Doom. Imagine Shadow's just at his house reading, then all of a sudden he hears music, goes out the window, and you just see, like, the tentacle form of Black Doom just holding a boombox over his head.
Baby, come back. Shadow, come back. You can blame it all.
On oh my god!
Woohoo! That Shadow running away from his ex Black Doom, just like, no.
I don't know.
Can't get enough of
I don't know if we talked about this, but
Don't
I don't
run away, Shadow. What would Maria think?
I don't know if we talked about this, but I whoa, thanks, thank you, transparency. I don't know if we talked about this, but I frankly love the idea. I frankly love the idea of one of our chaos abilities literally being game play yourself for a moment. I can't right now. Just play this part of the level for me.
I mean, it is funny to think about it too, because in the grand scheme of things, you get the chaos control by destroying a lot of evil enemies. In this case, like all the black arms, like monsters and whatnot. The funny thing is that chaos control is really not like the last thing you should be using in any of the hero missions.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, you will skip so
You'll
many
skip
like
so much.
required objectives, which
Yeah.
How do
That's
you
why
feel
infinite
about
ammunition is better.
which I guess I will say, like, how do you feel about that with how do you feel about that with the objective based gameplay, the fast travel through a level because of the teleporters? Like, how do you feel that works, turning linear Sonic stages into more of a like overall map stage?
I do think the teleporters do help save it a little bit, but on the whole, I think it just makes the whole thing a bit contrived.
2 checkpoints literally next to each other. How fitting. Anyway, goodbye.
Huh.
Oh, wait a minute!
I love doing that.
And Eggman just watching from inside his cockpit is like, wait, did Shadow just jump off the freaking building?
Yes!
And then on the result,
somehow live.
You can't beat that now.
then on the results screen as it comes back, made you look.
That was totally badass, and I'm just impressionable enough to want to do that now.
I'm gonna do a magic
Eggman jumps out.
I'm gonna do a magic trick. Oh-boo-doo-boo-doo-boo.
So, don't mind as we completely forget about the Black Arms for the rest of this playthrough, because starting with the Iron Jungle, they're going to actually return to a plot point previously established in Sonic Heroes.
Yeah.
Now with less polygons.
And this
Look
is the
at
only
him.
pathway that they acknowledge this again.
What the heck?
How can this be?
How can be?
They look so ugly. I look nothing like that.
They look worse than a PS1 model. What the fuck?
You saying
Eggman's just
that's
like, look
literally-
at all my shadow NFTs.
It's like, I was about to say,
Wait a minute.
that's literally fucking reminding me of that Rayman model.
Aw.
For the record, they're not NFTs. They're totally tangible.
An android too?
Wait a minute, why is that Shadow Android more detailed than the... Oh!
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
We gotta run now. And he flies away.
Omega, you're breathtaking.
You are breathtaking. It's like,
Damn straight.
I cannot breathe,
No, okay.
but I appreciate the compliment regardless.
I will say, if anything else, with all the dubbing, you know, from the 4Kids staff or whatever, I am so glad they did not change Omega. Like, you can't fix perfection.
No, they did.
Yet.
Well,
They replaced him?
the actor is different,
Yeah.
but they still kept the same audio
Filter?
modifications from Heroes. Yeah, the filter.
Yeah, that was
This
Maddie
Omega, it just sounds
Blaustein.
boring.
This was Maddie Blaustein, aka the original. Meowth.
This one isn't. Maddie
doing
only
Omega.
voiced him in 06.
Oh, okay.
Damn it.
So then who's
you're
doing him in this game?
I will look.
Damn. Okay. Fair enough. Then whoever they were, they sounded for a second. They sounded. Oh dear.
Anyway.
For a second, they sounded like indistinguishable from John St. John. But I mean, fair enough.
Again, you'd
So,
be surprised how indistinguishable anyone can be with that filter.
which I like. I like that filter. Why did they replace that filter? Stop being stupid.
I'm
Maybe
guessing
it was
because
working
they just
by
lost
different-
the steps.
I mean, it could also just be a matter, like, between Shadow and 06, they were both handled by a completely separate audio team.
Fair.
If I had to have to guess. While we're still in the stage, and, you know, also, kind of a funny counterpart compared to last time, Eggman is like the one character throughout the whole game who runs on both hero logic and evil logic, depending on the level.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh hell yeah! You made it.
Nailed it.
Nice.
Yeah, woo,
then-
nice.
real quick, Sam. In Shadow the Hedgehog, he's voiced by one Jeff Kramer.
Jeff Kramer. Huh. Oh, and also.
I'm
So,
familiar with that guy.
right.
I
So
was
why
gonna
don't-
say,
It
I'm
was
not
a
familiar with
Knight's
him.
Journey of Dreams, and he was
Sam.
Owl, apparently.
Huh. So I'm gonna say I have some positives about this game. Actually, I can talk about.
Well, let's hear it.
First of
I
all, what
understand.
Doug, a lot of them that Doug's been showing off. Number one, you can grab onto ledges. I like that. Number two,
Same.
if you look very closely behind us when we were doing that, any rings that are required to do a dark speed dash, you can collect them, sure, but they will still remain as part of the chain in case you need to dark speed dash.
Boom.
That is
before
our new mechanic, Chaos Blast.
Nice. Real quick, I wanted to go back to this because I feel like Logan and James will find this amazing. So Jeff Kramer, aka the person that voices Omega here, you might recognize him for two particular roles. One, he was York Morgan in both Deadly Premonition games.
Now, Doc.
Oh, that's
you will
awesome.
Tell me everything.
And two, he was Owl in Knight's Journey of Dreams.
Oh, and that's what Sam was talking about with Owl.
Okay.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
That Owl, because I was thinking Winnie the Pooh Owl for a moment.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I can actually hear it now that you bring that up, and it's like, man, talk about an obnoxious fucking character. Yeah. Even though he clearly is not doing that much.
Hey, look, we've reached the our first final boss.
No.
Not quite
Not yet.
final.
No, it's not final yet. I will say why it is in after this.
Okay.
But yeah, I did want to go back to that whole thing we was talking about earlier. It's just, I do kind of funny how Eggman, depending on the mission, he's either the good character that you can help, or the evil character who, helps you towards the dark path. There's never like a it's like he's the most neutral character out of the entire game, and that's kind of why he's the focus of the neutral path.
What?
Literally, yeah.
Now,
What? My creation.
so in this continuity for right now, get ready to hear that phrase a lot. In this continuity, Shadow is just another android.
I can't believe it. I'm as ugly as the rest of them.
Alright, time to defeat the difficult boss here. Alright. But first,
Wait a minute. Why did we? Oh my God! Why did I leave that here?
Break his egg wide open.
You know what? In
that is so
hindsight,
hard,
I
guys.
probably should have. In hindsight, I probably should not have challenged him in the room with bolted Gatling guns in the corners of the room.
An android.
Who installed those anyway?
I don't believe you.
You did, sir.
it was me.
Oh.
Whoever said that, fire them. Look at that. Sick, nice freaking job, Doug. Jesus Christ.
I've been using that strat for years and it always fucking works.
I always forget about those cannons. But
And that's
okay,
the
so
only
yeah.
time with that boss in particular to even use those stationed
okay, so they-
weapons.
So they got wise.
Shadow, why the
Shadow?
sudden sinister laughter?
Oh, look, flashback to a better game.
And an even better game before that.
The pieces are coming together.
Yeah.
This ultimate life form they keep referring to is the Black Hedgehog, and he died, and I'm its copy. I must be the android.
Sometimes I do wonder if it was better in the long run to just let him have that, or if it was, the right call to just say, "Nah, you're still the real Shadow. You actually did survive that fucking drop from SA2."
You're going straight to the place you
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that, because we'll have to find that out later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry for
Much
spoiling you there,
later.
ladies and gentlemen. This game's already over. Actually, shit.
like-
Give it another year. This game's gonna be 20.
Well, and every time we talk about it, especially with Sonic X Shadow Generations.
Shut up, buddy.
I've never had that happen.
Wow. He,
I
he,
do
he
not
wanted
know.
he wanted to tiptoe and he lost balance. I don't know.
Okay,
I think the
Yeah, go ahead.
I think the rubber hose nature of Shadow kind of fucked him over there.
yeah, literally. Okay, to answer your thing, Logan, with the final thing, there is a reason why we don't do, well, in a way, neutral.
Yeah.
Because this depends on which ending we want to go for. Either the dark ending or the hero ending. And there will be missions where we have to get to the end of the stage, but that's only for one of the allegiances. That case being for Omega. For Eggman, we have to...
Volcanic defense systems.
Yeah, we have to activate those systems for Eggman specifically. And I do have a certain order of doing the entire playthrough. So for this mission and ending, we're going to do villain first.
All right, we're going to side. We're going to side with Eggman.
Yep.
I also don't realize how bouncy you are on these grind rails. Like, the animations are very fluid in this.
Also,
For Shadow most especially.
also
Yeah,
just
this game has better animation quality, honestly, especially for the squash and stretch. Meanwhile, the combat is fucking jack shit.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
Go ahead, Hyde.
just going back to like he's saying, like, so right now we're going to be doing the evil run. We're going to be helping Eggman. Just forget that whole notion of Shadow saying he's going to make Eggman suffer for making him. No, you actually like me now. You're right, I do like you now.
It's silly.
Shadow is way too impressionable for his own good.
Shadow, you were created by elephant people in the year 220.
Okay, I believe you.
That would explain my insatiable thirst for peanuts.
This is who I am.
And just
Shadow,
chug
yeah,
your
I
entire jar of peanut butter.
Shadow, I'm here to tell you that your real name is actually Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. So happy that it's fully confirmed.
Which every time we talked about that, and even now in the trailer, again, I'm up for it. I'm down to hear what it sounds like. I think it can work.
Listen,
Doug is very happy about it.
Listen, he just had to do what he had to and give Shadow to the one guy that Hollywood thinks can do it right.
Woohoo! Okay.
Since we're activating the defense systems, lava rays.
Damn.
boy.
Okay.
So we have to be careful.
Shut up. That is an annoying thing to deal with. It's that no matter which faction you're on, assume everything is going to kill you on sight if you don't kill them.
So Doctor, would you mind telling your eggplant pawns to get off my ass? I'm literally trying to help you.
Well, maybe I will if you'll stop being such a cranky pants.
I am not a cranky pants. You are.
This is who
You are.
I can't do that right now. Anyway, well, okay, more lava. So, that's right. Other things I was gonna say that I think this game does better is we mentioned that rings that are required for a dark speed dash will not go away, so you can still use them. I like that quality of life feature. Just due to the nature of how many like weird attacks can come from any direction, especially with ranged enemies. I like that if at any point in time, no matter what, if you take damage, you do not lose all your rings at once.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That is honestly the thing that I wish more games would be like Shadow the Hedgehog.
I mean, it's funny you bring that up because, like, Sonic's been inconsistent about that. Like, there's some games where they allow you to only lose a certain amount of rings, and then most other times, you just lose all of them the moment you get flicked.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So that was also really nice. Again, the animations are very solid, and...
Though, mind you, that being said, though, the rubber hose nature of Shadow only applies to Shadow. Every other character that teams up with you, especially those that were already playable in Sonic Heroes, they just reuse their exact same animations from that game.
Okay, fair enough.
So Sonic's not quite as squashy and stretchy as Shadow is here.
Damn. Alright.
Only the
Sammy.
ultimate one that can handle that.
The ultimate switch. Sammy, as someone who has watched Doug play this game a few times and maybe has played it yourself, what do you think about it?
Oh boy. So, much like Doug, this was technically my first Sonic game, rather unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's right, you did say that before.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, man, you guys started on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I barely played.
I was a
through
stupid
the
kid.
Shadow.
What were you expecting?
We all were at one point.
But yeah, what did you think, Sammy?
I mean, yeah, look at me. My first major Crash game was Wrath of Cortex.
ouch.
Fair.
Yeah.
But like, I think I do agree with the general sentiment that it's not a great game by any
Doctor
fucking
knows the
means.
truth
It's
about
not.
my existence. Nobody
Hmm.
lays a hand on him except me.
Like a lot of the shit like didn't need to be here that like people complain about. Like I do agree there generally.
Perfect.
I think like the only charm I like towards it though is honestly like the CG animations.
You
They're,
did
like
very
that's the
well,
only charm
Shadow
I like.
Android.
Well, and the music too. The music's pretty
You
good.
have surpassed
as well.
expectation.
I like music.
Equal to that of the real Shadow. Excellent.
Oh.
Oh,
Now
damn.
give me those emeralds.
Never.
What?
What do you
I
mean?
refused to hand them over to you.
What?
I collected them to destroy
Oh,
you.
this time we...
Why do you
Oh,
sound
so
like a different
both...
character?
Dare you? I
Oh, that's fun. So in both endings, we're gonna kill him. Just this time, we don't have Omega helping us.
you an order or have
Not like
No.
he'd be in much hell for even if he was here.
I need to
Oh
No, he is,
yeah.
actually.
Oh, it is.
turn both of you into
Yeah,
scrap
listen.
with my latest and greatest invention.
Point.
Yeah.
Oh, he
Oh.
is still there with us.
Okay.
So
uh,
it does not matter.
What is
This ending is still
Ah.
shit.
Whatever.
That's so dumb. Anyway, meet the egg dealer. Probably the most questionable contraption Eggman's ever devised.
What are you
Yeah,
talking?
very questionable, and makes me think, why does people have a hard time with this fucking boss?
What are you talking about? He can very easily hit those buttons with his little broom handle. Oh no!
Oh.
Why did I install this?
Listen, I know you value entertainment above all else, Eggman, but I don't think that should be that should also apply to your mechs. You need to actually guard the whole thing.
Also funny that you say that, Logan. To actually answer that, it was mostly considered for the androids. But since Shadow's the only one here, that's his biggest flaw.
Oh.
Yeah,
You know what?
he forgot to actually send the androids here.
You know what? That actually, I will say that actually make. I do at least I like that. I like that. Okay, that makes sense. And can't any. Jesus, why does it sound so louder? Oh, I see. It's the clanking.
Oh,
Jesus.
Bet you interrupted
oh.
me.
Wow, Shadow, that was one spicy burrito he just dropped.
Well, while we get to
That
do
was
this
one
again,
hot
Doug,
take.
Spike him.
I forgot.
Actually,
Doug,
I just realized, since you're currently in this form, hey, Omega, give me a gun. I don't have any guns. Give me your arm then. That's a gun, isn't it?
Okie dokie.
You cannot handle you cannot handle these guns.
But whoa, damn. I guess while we had that chance, Doug, what sort of passives do you get from being in max Chaos Blast or Chaos Control energy?
Nothing really.
Oh, okay. That's just
use
use
them
power.
to
then.
your fit.
And with that,
Perfect. I don't need a hook.
Now I give you my spicy meatball.
This can't be!
God, this boss is so shit.
this was the
Been
youngest
really
mo-
great, Doctor.
this is
but
the
this
youngest
the
Eggman
end.
we ever got.
Youngest?
Yeah, this is Mike Pollock at his youngest, voicing Eggman.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
not entirely wrong there, even though he technically got to start with Sonic X.
Yeah, fair.
True.
Alright.
Anyway, Shadow literally beat Eggman down. Not just because he's an evil scientist, but also because he has shit opinions.
And had the last of the emeralds that we were looking for.
That's right, Eggman. I did post your news on Twitter.com.
And I gotta
All
say,
the chaos
the basement's
emeralds.
not all that impressive.
I made you.
Shadow, what are you talking about? I never made
I,
nudes!
Shadow Android, the ultimate
The
blood
internet
shadow,
says
copy of
otherwise.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
With the power of Shadow Android, I have
Power of
created
these
deep
emeralds,
fakes.
I will be stronger than him. This
With
is
these
who
shadow
I am.
androids, I'm gonna make the perfect AI.
Wait for it.
Die, Doctor.
Karate chop action!
It's so stupid
yeah.
that that's how he
Congra-
dies.
Congratulations, Shadow, you just killed Dr. Eggman. The series can rest in peace now.
With karate chop action. It's so silly that that's what kills it.
You know what? It's like
Not explosion, just.
I'm sorry, it's just that. Shadow, you saved everyone from Eggman. Oh, I wouldn't say saved. More like under new management.
And he just goes, he flicks away.
Wait, what?
Cut to Omega holding Shadow and using him like Woody used Buzz with his karate arm, just swinging it every which way. Like,
Hey, I hold in my hand.
no, I mean Omega's holding Shadow doing the arm thing.
Oh.
It's like,
Stand back, I hold in my hands the ultimate weapon.
Truth be told, though, I could totally imagine that the other way around, where Shadow's the one doing that to Omega.
I could
could
see
also
that with
work.
Omega, yeah.
So yeah.
What are you doing? My arms weren't made to do that.
It is now.
So yeah, here we are. First ending already down about.
Also, hey there,
40
Jeff Fowler.
Oh, hey, Jeff Fowler.
Yeah, he actually he got to start with the Sonic series with this game, and now he's going to be coming back to helm Sonic 3 the movie.
Yep.
And goes without saying, I'm again looking forward to it. Here's how it's going to turn out.
So yeah, we beat the game. We defeated Dr. Eggman, but the Black Arms are still there.
It's still up there.
So you may be thinking to yourself, what the fuck does this accomplish?
Absolutely nothing.
What?
That's a good
Okay, how about-
question.
That's a good question.
Okay, how about this? I am curious to say, with the stages that we've beaten, can we use any of those stages as like a jump-in point to try and head towards those other ending nodes?
No.
If only
Oh,
we're
you
that
have
simple,
to
Logan.
you have to do a clean playthrough every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Including
It's
what
not
we
as
just including what we just did. We have to play all those stages again just to do the good end.
Logan, imagine if this was like Ghosts and Goblins times 10.
Yeah. You think you had a hard time playing Sonic Heroes 4 times? Oh boy, those games are going to test you in ways you did not fathom.
Doug, is now the time that we can talk about Shadow Reloaded or whatever that other one thing was called?
Shadow Reloaded. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, I do like the mod, but there are a few things I'm not really a big fan of, like making it a absolute bitch to get the A ranks. That wasn't needed, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, sure, amp up the difficulty of it, but not that atrocious of it.
That's okay. That is a bummer, but fair enough.
Actually,
Well,
I'll ask
and
this much currently, Doug. We've actually finished our first playthrough of Shadow the Hedgehog, and we're actually not even an hour in. Do we want to go for another?
Yes.
Okay.
The other neutral ending fucking done. Let's just do it.
That's the whole plan to begin with.
All right. Well, now so I guess now how are we gonna do this? Are we all just gonna sit down and for the audience? Are we gonna touch base back with them when we get back, or are we in it?
We're in it.
We're in it to win it, and
Oh, look,
especially
yeah.
now that Shadow has access to the vacuum gun.
Never mind. I take it all back. It's all worth it. Let's keep moving.
And skipping the cutscenes.
Thank you.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
also fair.
skip
We
the
can do that now.
cutscenes. It's fucking not
Listen,
worth it.
there are some people out there who would be mean enough to make us keep rewatching the intro every single time. But thankfully, we're not those kinds of people.
And before you ask, we can't really skip the credits.
Yeah, you can't skip them.
That's unfortunate, saying they never will do. But
Well, I mean, to the game's credit, most if not every time you do beat a campaign, you do get a new song attached to it.
for most of them, yes. I think maybe one or two of them reuse the same song, but hey,
I think it's in the dark. I think it's in the dark playthroughs.
okay.
Gotcha. Goodbye, Sonic the Hedgehog. And then he just warps. He just fucking just disintegrates.
So welcome to what I can only assume is going to be Doug's main go-to for things like this.
Hold on. Goodbye, Doomsday.
Wait, hang on.
I is well actually
Oh!
goodbye Shadow, goodbye Sonic, sayonara Sonic the Hedgehog. Anyway,
Adios, Sonic.
oh bye Sonic, bye Sonic. Just ran right past him. I was about to say like, oh my gosh, like welcome to what we can do for the rest of this playthrough, which is like, you know, speed run and just keep doing chaos control. But I realized when it comes time to do the hero in dark paths, we can't even do that because we'll skip past objectives.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. You're in good
Okay.
hands.
All right, well,
Especially the true hero.
Yeah, listen, he hasn't been doing his practice runs for nothing.
you'll find the
That and
computer.
also, this is my most played Sonic game ever.
Aw.
Again, since
so-
2006, this is my most played.
We're in good hands.
These
Nice.
hands, he shapes the fate of
Whoa,
the rest of our day.
What do you
I
get
just
for all
realized
these?
you're actually going for all the keys.
Not all of them. I'll get what I can remember.
What are the keys used for? In the first game, in Heroes, they were used for unlocking the bonus stage. What do they do here?
I did say it earlier, but I'll say it again since I think you were not there when I said it.
Sorry, I was going
They-
on that part of the playthrough.
All good. All keys unlock these doors on each single stage. You need 5 of them. And they would usually unlock maybe pathways or something special that you can even ride on, or just that kind of shit. For this
Or something really rudimentary like an extra life.
that too. So for this stage, it actually gives you a gun jeep.
Oh,
That'd be
Oh, yeah,
fun
that-
to just run people over with that, like, "Ee."
But yeah, no, that's another thing that Shadow the Hedgehog tries to do is that, you know, Shadow, true to form, much like his rival Sonic, can run really freaking fast. But that doesn't mean he can't, ride around in style on a motorcycle or a Jeep.
cheeky.
Only downside is, why would you, considering they all control like ass?
Yeah. It's funny because the mod actually did somewhat improve that.
Then I'll find the truth.
Well, that's
It's neat.
really-
It's just, again, it was trying to make it a hardcore thing for others. I mean, well,
You know what?
bam!
Of-
Look at that.
Of all the crap we can say about Sonic 06 that everyone under the sun has done since its inception, it does handle the vehicles better than Shadow did.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
That.
What do
I
you...
mean, that may not be saying much, but still.
Yeah. Oh, with the with Sonic X Shadow Generations right around the corner, how excited are you to like see like this game being like, you know, directly acknowledged, like remixes, audio, like characters returning kind of stuff?
I'm interested. That's pretty
And
much
then
it, really.
Shadow turning into a squid himself.
Well, definitely diving more into the fact that as we will learn, screw the android continuity, that thing's weird. Technically Shadow is part alien.
Yes,
Like
he is part
alien.
Yeah, and
He is part
again,
alien
just
because later in the game it does confirm that, if I remember specifically, Black Doom gives his blood to Gerald so he can fully finish Project Shadow.
Yep.
Which, I mean, I'll still say, like, I always felt like they didn't need to go that far with Shadow's backstory. They could have just had it that he was, like, Gerald was able to, bring Shadow to life with the power of the Chaos Emerald or something.
Yeah. And honestly, that whole notion of, like, him being part alien, again, it goes back to my whole, like, pointless thing of how, like, this doesn't benefit him at all as a character. And again, up until the Generations port, it's almost never touched upon at any point. And it's just... I don't know. I guess that is one thing that I do appreciate about the Gens port, where they say, like, hey, we have this factoid about Shadow that we've not touched since we introduced it. So I'll give them props for actually doing something with the idea, but again, like, the fact that we waited this long for them to do it, and, like, the only other thing that ever really touched upon Shadow being an alien was, of all things, the Archie comics. And even then, they didn't get a chance to do a whole lot with it, because that was right around the time the comics kind of died off.
These poor freaking Black Arms aliens just showing up and then... And that's
I told Dad I wanted my own suck cannon. Well, now I got it.
Can you actually launch them back out? Can you actually launch them back out, all of a suck cannon, or no?
No.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh,
So it just sucks, but it has suck, but no blow.
Yep.
Yep, exactly.
Sorry. Sorry. Back to you, Hype.
Well, no, I mean, like, that's just it. Just, I feel like there is no reason for him to be considered part alien. It doesn't change anything about him as a character in terms of his, you know, how he treats people, how he treats himself. The fact that Sega almost never uses it to their advantage just really helps to reinforce the fact that, like, yeah, there was really no reason for him to, you know, have that be part of his history. In fact, like, there's a lot of things, like, after he got brought back from SA2, you could argue that, like, there was really no reason for him to go through a lot of that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it should be asked, like, are we on team Shadow should have stayed dead after SA2, or team bring him back after SA2?
Dead.
I think Shadow can work, but I guess it's like, I don't know. I think Shadow can work, but they've been using him the wrong way. Like, I see Shadow representing, like... I can see Shadow representing, like, more, like, serious things, or, like, more, like, you know, Sonic. Like the antithesis, almost like a Zero kind of situation of, like, the antithesis of, like, Sonic's laid-back, like, easygoing, like, mindset compared to Shadow, like, like, but the issues
I
that
love doing this.
But the issues
My
that they
favorite
brought,
pastime.
yeah, but the issues that they brought back Shadow more and more, seemingly just as a, like, obligatory, like, edgelord card, like, not even, like, trying to, like, the same way that people could believe that for a long time they were just making Knuckles dumber and dumber to be just a big muscle meathead and nothing else. I feel like they were just bringing back Shadow just to be like the angsty, you'll never truly know what's going on inside me. And that's all he adds to the conversation. Nothing else happens in Sonic 06, just, That's it. That's his dialogue is,
I know this
I mean, Shadow. I mean, in Sonic 06's case, he had shit. He had a job to do, and obviously he was going to stick to the mission. I mean, you know what? Say whatever you will about 06's right, how it handled its characters. Shadow would say was the least offensive part about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the one consistent thing when it comes to, like, Shadow and 06. And I think I made this post, and I had people chew me out over it. Like, it just makes me think of that one image of The Simpsons, where it's like, you know, Homer's trying to look thin, but it turns out he has all of his fat stapled onto his back. That's basically what it is with Shadow's riding in 06 compared to the rest of 06.
Hover above the ground, but it doesn't seem to go that high.
But yeah, no, I do kind of agree, though, on the whole, is that it does kind of feel like Shadow's unfortunately another byproduct of the age-old, like, problem of, you know, companies bringing back a character just because they got really stinking popular.
Yeah.
Without taking into account that they were written hard-coded in such a way where they shouldn't be brought back. I mean, look at freaking the Red Pyramid, aka Pyramid Head, from Silent Hill 2.
That's fair, yeah.
Or if you are gonna bring Shadow back, have it be with, like, some kind of purpose. And honestly, like, I feel like aside from 06, and maybe, like, you know, a couple of spin-off things, you know, like him being a writer and, like, Sonic Riders and whatnot, you know, that kind of stuff's fine because, like, story's not, like, that big of a focus in terms of, like, why all the other characters are here. But for stuff like, you know, this or other platformers, for him to just be here and not really have a good reason to be there just kind of, like, further hammers in the point of why bother.
But I mean, whether we like it or not, though, he's definitely here to stay. Now it's just a matter of, well, how can, like, are they going to actually do something about that moving forward? And I mean, given what's been going on this year, hopefully, you know, they finally started to learn how to properly use them again, and you know, for even acknowledging all the dumb shit that's happened prior. And I mean, Sonic X Shadow Generation seems like it's obviously a step in the right direction for him.
I'm sensing an intense aura.
Fuck this.
Yeah, screw this. I'm already fully powered up.
Turns out the whole thing is actually just about, like, ankle high.
That invincibility is really useful. Whoa.
Jesus walked on water.
Oh, yeah.
I run on acid.
You tell me who you would rather see coming to save you off the hill. By the way, I can also do this.
It's pretty cool.
Shadow, all I did was ask if you want me to pick you up something while I'm at the donut shop.
This is who I am.
I can't do the whole thing, man. So, yeah.
This is who I am.
I found it.
You know, if it weren't for the fact that Shadow could perform the Chaos Blast multiple times on a full charge, I could just immediately imagine he does it once, and then it's like, and then Sonic's like, "That was amazing, Shadow. They want an encore."
I know, but I can only do it once.
Oh.
I need a lot of Taco Bell for that one.
You know, it's true what they say. You have to practically kill yourself to get an Oswald in this town.
Damn it. So, I mean, yeah, it's neat to see. It's neat to finally be. It's neat for us to be finally covering this game, and I do want to give it a fair shake. A fair shake. Because again, I do agree. I think that the game has its merits. That's about it. That's kind of all I got to add.
It has merits. And then you just hear the crickets chirping.
Again,
It has merits,
yeah.
and then that's it.
Oh,
It's like anything else.
it is the Sonic game of all time.
Yeah. Goodbye.
But no, I mean, yeah, but real talk. I am actually surprised that this is gonna be really random. I'm surprised that in all of what they've done for the year of Shadow, they never announced a Shadow the Hedgehog PC port.
Why
Would we
would
really
they?
want one though?
Because we got Heroes, we got frickin' SA 1 and 2.
I mean, mind you, those PC ports were done like a forever ago. And I don't think they have the source code for Shadow anymore. Or if they do, then it's like, honestly, I'd be impressed if they did in the first place. But then it's also a matter of, like, at that point, why not just make another collection?
I mean, they do have that Legacy collection now.
the Legacy bundle on Steam, which, I mean, yeah, I guess we can say that now. Like as of I want to say yesterday or the day before.
Yep.
The base Sonic Generations has been delisted from Steam and all other storefronts. The only way to though you can still get it if you don't already have it, you can still get it, but you have to get it from the bundle.
What else is in the bundle again?
Pretty much all the other like classic Sonic stuff that's on Steam. Like I think SA1. You know what? Let me check.
Sure thing.
Meanwhile, how about that PS5 Pro?
I think
sucks.
it's worthless. Not worthless,
Yeah,
but
just
I mean,
they were on the right track with giving us Astrobot, and then they tell us, "Hey, we're making a new version of the PS5." It's, I mean,
Oh look,
it's $700.
Oh look, Symbiote Spider-Man is now slightly shinier than he used to be. Isn't that amazing,
Again,
Internet?
the problem is that there's so many. The problem is that there's too many like other factors that make it actually worthwhile. Like, do you have a television that can even show those resolutions? If you don't, there's no point. Do you have a
Do you have $800 to spare? If not, well, fuck, you ain't getting it.
Because that's another issue that you just brought up is that like I can see an audience for this console. It'd be those who don't already own a PlayStation 5, and
Or
also
any other game console or PC or game on the PC.
and also for those who probably have the kind of money that they can just buy designer cars if they want to right now.
Yeah, so in other words, assholes.
Yeah.
So in
Or
other
at very
words,
least
the
people
head of
with way
Bungie.
too much money. Yes.
You know what? I can believe that. Okay, so real quick, I'm on the Legacy Bundle page right now. It has the following. It has Sonic Adventure DX, Sonic Adventure 2, as well as the DLC pack that adds in the battle stuff. Sonic 4 episodes 1 and 2, the whole Sonic Generations collection, which includes the Casino Night DLC, Sonic 3D Blast, and Sonic Spinball.
Wait, 3D Blast?
I Spinball.
Yep, because those are the only Genesis Sonic games still left on the service.
I mean, like all the others I get, but I find it funny that 3D Blast and Spinball are just like their own separate things you can get on the Steam shop.
Well, technically, it's all part like Sonic 3D Blast and Spinball are technically just two parts of the entire like Sega Genesis / Mega Drive Classics series that you can get on Steam. So I mean, there's that. At the same time, yeah, for real, what the heck was that all about? But other than that, it's like those are the only two like classic Sonic games that are still left on there, technically speaking. Because if you want like Sonics 1 through 3 and Knuckles, you can only get them through Origins now.
Yeah.
You're not
Anyway.
I made you look. I made you look now, didn't I? It's gonna get 1 million views.
Back to the sky. Now back to me. Here I am.
Perfect.
I have
Now-
a Dragon Ball in my hand.
Here I am. Now leave me be.
I'm a horse.
Nay.
And no, instead it's just gunshot bullets like.
I mean, it's funny you bring that up, considering Shadow has rode on horses before. In the
Right, in the
Mario
Olympics.
and Sonic, the Olympic Games.
Yep.
I am an equestrian.
I am Shadow the Jockey.
Hey you. Hey perfect man.
Perfect man.
Wow.
Is Omega
Breathtaking
perfect for your
man.
relationship, Logan?
Yes.
Wonder Man.
Take
Wonder
note.
Man.
This is how low. Listen, this is how low this man could go. He drops me in favor of a fucking robot.
What? No. that was only okay. That was okay. Considering the timeline of this game, this is before our loving like supportive marriage.
What's a loving, supportive marriage? I thought you two divorced.
Hey, Omega.
That was that's up to interpretation of the ending of that playthrough.
Also, I'm gonna say, well, why are you complaining, Sam? That means he can stop chasing Doug.
You know, fair enough. Good point.
Man, this is
This man will
fucked up.
listen. This man has low standards. He'll even date robots.
This is the part where Doug's like been driving the car.
catchable.
This is the part where Doug's been driving the car this whole time, while where he's like, I'm driving a bunch of insane people. That's what like
I'm driving insane people, and yeah, I'm the youngest one here that's doing it.
Yep.
Well, off to
Okay, I'm
Arkham.
insane. Thanks. I love you too. Fuck.
Okay, I love you too.
Welcome to Shadow the Hedgehog, where Doug is the designated driver.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is in this context.
He's always the designated
Especially
driver. What the fuck are you talking about?
Especially after Sonic Heroes, he kind of needed to.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for me covering most of the bad Sonic games for you guys.
Thank
that's
you.
And we very much
Game
appreciate
here
it.
soon.
Like, hey, you know what? Look at it this way. We'll have your back once we go back to Sonic 06.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true.
Through Project 06, should they be stressed? Through Project 06.
Yeah.
Yes.
Once it gets like all of its updates, like I think it has like I think the only thing it's missing right now is all the last story stuff.
Last
I think
story,
so.
all the boss fights, and the hub world.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really it.
So, I'm curious because I don't know if it's already been brought up in this particular video so far. What were your thoughts when you first started playing this game? Assuming you got it.
That's kind of a funny thing. I've never actually like, physically played it myself. Like I would usually see it. Like I remember seeing it at one Blockbuster. Back when those were up and about and frugal. I was a little off-put by the cover, and then it wasn't until I like watched playthroughs, and then like I think I might have. I don't know where it might have been, but yeah, I just remember it not leaving a particularly savorable impression once I trudged through it.
You bring that up, and that just suddenly reminds me of how I was first exposed to this game existing, because this is like months before the game was released. Like, I think it had an article on I think it was either Game Informer or Electronic Gaming Monthly, and it was just it turned the page, and here's Shadow looking all edgelord as all get out with a gun on hand, and I'm just thinking to myself, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Especially wielding a gun the wrong way.
Like, this feels like this.
Yeah.
Like, I was partially thinking, like, is this like an April Fool's joke or something? And then it's like, no, this is real.
It's funny because like a lot of people who, whenever they reminisce about it, a lot of people get that same impression that they thought it was an April Fool's joke.
Because it absolutely looks like one, especially with the way the whole thing's drawn. Like, it was nothing like what Sonic's done in the past.
You won't be so lucky. Just you wait and see.
I'm
so
gonna
yeah.
give it a shot. See ya, man. I want to kill you.
I think
And it's like, man,
I think he slipped when he was trying to get off the bed.
I don't believe you.
it honestly is funny looking back on all the April Fool's gags I actually was briefly fooled by, like the one that showcases, like, what if there was a version of Wind Waker that had a graphical style exactly like Twilight Princess? Or, Logan can vouch for this, Mushroom Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, you know what?
Classic.
I saw that too. One of my high school friends, Gage, he was so obsessed with that to a point where he pretty much said that, like, outside of any Kingdom Hearts games that were already released for Nintendo consoles, he said that would be the closest thing to a Mario game he would go out of his way to buy.
Oh, the poor guy.
I
To
wanna
think
go back
that
up.
would be the one Mario game that would never be.
Oh,
Alright, fuck. Okay, fuck this.
Not here.
I'll just dunk myself in the lava.
Wish you'd never created me.
alright. Is there like something we forgot?
I thought it was a key up here the last I remember, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Using
It's okay. We're fine.
or grinding
Listen,
will let
I've been
them
sleeping in that
explore
tube
their
for like 2 years. I've misremembered a lot of stuff.
Where did I put my house keys?
Alright, since we're here now, be happy, Logan. We're helping out Omega.
Hey.
Yay!
So wait, you help out Eggman and then you kill him.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna sabotage his stuff and then kill him again.
Again, welcome to
play for him, alright?
welcome to the Shadow story, where the lines are made up and the morality don't matter.
Man, the people that wrote this game in particular just really did not like Eggman, did they?
I'm looking it up.
They're just
I mean,
like,
it's
you're
almost
on
like
Eggman's side. You kill him. Oh,
I mean,
you're
it's
on Omega's
almost
side. You
it's
still
almost
kill
like
him.
Eggman's had a history of being the bad guy since day one.
Well, like, as far as, like, writing goes, Logan, like, I know it's not the same person that wrote for the adventure games or Heroes.
Are we sure about that?
Well, yeah,
Are we
because
sure?
I remember talking about that with a couple of friends from Adrenaline. They apparently Shadow was written by a different person than who handled a majority of the Dreamcast stories.
Gotcha. Then you know what? That does explain a lot.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite stage out of this game, Doug?
I'd have to think on that.
Oh.
I mean, we have a whole playthrough to, we have a whole playthrough to figure that out. So, you'll just let us know once we reach that point.
Okay.
Yep. I know it's not one of the fucking arc levels, because that would suck a huge cock.
Oh yeah,
Both
no,
of
like
them
the arc.
can, to be honest.
I don't find much trouble with the other one. The one we're mostly going to be talking about is... God, that one fucking sucks.
Yeah, honestly, both arc...
Admittedly a bummer, considering the arc levels have some of my favorite music in the game.
Yeah,
Same.
That is true, but on the other hand, like, the arc levels are basically just like, if you ever want to see a complete antithesis for how not to design a Sonic level, play one of those two.
So what's the objective for Omegas again?
Go get straight to the goal.
Oh, okay.
Again, there will be depending on who you're going to be aligned to, one of them will have to go straight to the goal ring, and that's for
Yeah, and
Omega.
I think that does apply for every single final area in the game.
It does, because most of them have to have at least one of them.
Because I mean, especially when there's no like neutral pathway to go to, you're gonna have to have someone else fill in the gap.
Exactly. Don't speed up too much here, because you can die.
Oh, just go right through it?
No, you would just go over it and just fucking die in the lava. I've had that happen at least once.
Just straight up like rocket shoot straight to that furnace.
Yeah, because like I want to see how far I can go with this. Oh, I died.
I'm dead.
Oh,
I'm dead.
What have I done to deserve it? I mean, specifically the. Oh god.
I mean, what have I done specifically to deserve this?
I mean, what specifically?
I mean, that would be a line Eggman would say.
Android. And you too, Omega. It certainly looks as
Ah,
though
finally!
done
Oh no,
well.
he acknowledged me. I feel uncomfortable.
You really
I feel perceived.
challenge me.
I dabbed in uncomfortableness.
Yes,
Happy, I welcome it.
you regret ever having created me. You're going straight to hell.
Whoa, Shadow! This is an E10-friendly ecosystem. We don't say those kinds of things here.
I mean, do you want Daddy Izuka to throw us onto the streets?
Frickin' Doug, he just is either improvising now.
That is very off-script of you.
Shadow, don't make me bring out the Tabasco sauce.
Oh boy, dessert.
Crave it.
I crave. I love
shoot.
Tabasco sauce.
Abort!
Again, it's this boss is probably the most mindless in that, like, you don't like not even like normal Sega like slot machines. You don't even have to try. You're guaranteed to get it every time.
You're gonna see it 2 more times after this.
Oh boy.
Because I do believe he does somehow lug the A dealer all the way up to the Ark.
God.
Yeah, and the comet of all things.
On a comet?
Yep.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, let's just say this guy's a real piece of work.
I just.
This thing's very easy to put in combat form. In fact, you know how in some anime you have those suits of armor that you can put in like suitcases? It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Don't ask how Vector knows any of that.
I don't wanna know.
No specific reason.
My lord. It's like the sound mix in this bit is
I
so
don't
much
wanna
like
strike
louder
at
and
anything having to
crusty
do with
for me.
Eggman's cockpit.
Is it crusty for? Is it crusty for anybody else, or is it just me?
What?
Like the sound mixing is like so much like it's peaking the audio when it comes to like these explosions and Eggman's vocals in this one
Yeah.
bit,
I can
It does.
kind of hear it.
and only for this one stage.
That is a problem with the game.
Wow.
Honestly, I forget like which of the 3 versions have the best audio mixing, or if they're all just this crunchy.
I don't remember.
We're almost done.
Yep, we're almost done.
Yay!
And then the egg dealer won't get to hurt us again. At least not till we reach those levels.
And then we'll get to, oh, done. And then we'll get to the more interesting stories.
Oh man.
You know, I could have... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you were probably thinking the same thing, where it's like, oh man, I wanted to finish
Doctor,
the rest of that
but this
wheel.
is the end for you.
I mean, okay, you say that. I was going to say, you know, I could have just done this quicker if I threw Omega at him. What you say, punk?
What?
Yeah,
That's a
I'm
fast
just like,
shuffle, I wouldn't mind saying.
I was gonna say, like, I could finish this better if I threw Omega.
That is correct.
That is correct.
Just chucks
Yeet
Omega
me.
at him and he's a
Yeet
ballistic.
me. Yeet me to this bitch, nay nay.
And I will claw his face right off.
Now watch me whip.
Finally.
Watch me, nay nay.
The Chaos Emeralds.
And yay!
Omega, do you even know what you're even saying half the time?
You need to get on my Riz, Shadow.
Android, the ultimate battle life form created by
The ultimate battle life.
I am the ultimate Riz.
created me, Doctor. But
You know,
I will now
let's
lead
remember
this
that Shadow was
empire,
made
and androids
50
will
years
rule.
ago as of that
This
game's
is who
release.
I am.
You're a boomer. Get rizzed on.
We shall bust Eggman's chops, no cap.
Karate chop action.
I would have
Gotta
loved
say,
in that white
Eggman. He just looks at the Eggman corpse. Gotta say, he's looking pretty cringe.
I thought it was gonna be like in the audio. I wish because now we're working alongside each other, kind of. I almost would have loved if it would have been graphic probably in like audio content, but just the idea of like you hear the karate chop and then Omega opening minigun fire just because he could.
Oh, that
I
would
want a piece of that pie.
Had to,
that would have been amazing, but that would also have been insanely fucked up.
had
It's
to
like-
perform double tap, Shadow.
No, it's like he chops him and goes, "Is he dead yet?" No. He shoots him. Now he's dead.
He fires a missile.
Thought I saw Twitch.
I saw leg movement. I had to deal with it.
You know, I handled it.
I thought he blinked.
I saw the bristles of his mustache twitch.
I think that's
Yeah.
just the window.
Fucking audio edit this shit again.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. All in all.
I mean, it makes it fun on my side anyway.
Aw. Yeah. All in all, just yeah. I enjoy. I enjoy what I think I'm gonna enjoy this ride with you all.
I like to think so too. I mean, we only just scratched the surface with what all you can do in this game.
Yeah, with 2 playthroughs out of the way, now it's 8 more.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
But there'll be at least more. But there'll be at least more varied in things happening than just Stage and Eggman.
Yeah, thank Christ.
Yeah,
No
I
more
think.
Eggman.
Well, yeah, I think as far as like Eggman's involvement in this plot, we're not going to get much else beyond like maybe 1 or 2 other levels.
I think just 2. That's it.
Right, and then the other times we actually do have to deal with the egg dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still gonna say, neutral playthrough. What the fuck?
Yeah, just like
It really is.
Like, just dropping the fucking... Just dropping the whole Black Arms Allegiance thing and just like...
Gun and Sonic and all.
What the fuck happened here?
And to think, the only real like it's like you have the most Sonic-like experience throughout the whole game, and then the big drawback is that it kind of just drops the plot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like, who's... Oh, it's Black Doom! Who's Black Doom?
just the entire time while he's dealing with Eggman, just Black Doom's like,
Shadow will be here with those emeralds any minute now. Any minute now.
He'll be here with my hamburger soon.
Hamburger. You better make sure not to include You better make sure not to include the pickles. I will break out in terrible hives.
So far, Doug, do you think this game, so far with these playthroughs, do you think it's selling us on the more intense, gloomy atmosphere?
It depends on how you see it, really.
Fair enough.
That's all I can say. And level 2.
What's the difference between level 1 and level 2 egg vacuum?
I'm guessing more ammunition, maybe. But I don't
Probably.
remember.
That sounds about right.
So what's the library?
That's for the cutscene stuff, and we're not doing that. Fuck that.
There are
there's,
over
like,
how
over-
many? Like 600?
Over
300.
Jesus.
300 different combinations, all for the sake of a really random-ass piece of text.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yep.
it's only there for those that are insanely bored enough to do so.
Yeah. And people will be like, hey, Doug, have you done that? No.
Why would you? It's
Why would I waste my time with that shit?
I'd rather go touch grass.
Literally, yeah.
I'm looking at the little text there on the back. One of them says, Shadow, please make everyone happy. I don't think you're going to do that with this game.
What's happiness?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the...
Non-existent.
Non-existent. It's gone forever. But, yeah. That's one playthrough, well, 2 playthroughs down, 8 more to go, and, well, we're only just getting started.
Oh boy.
You got this.
I guess we've gone full neutral. Where do we go from here?
Like I said, I'm going to be doing it in a certain order. The next playthrough we're going to be tackling is the anti-villain playthrough.
Anti-villain. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Until then, we'll see you guys later.
Let's raise the ante next time.
Take care.
But boy.
I've come for your pickle.